to produce it at a commercial level in advanced countries. Where you have this, when we have been able to move from the extractive activities, extractive means of production to the manufacturing sector, we'll now be talking about industrialization. It requires that the establishment of many firms which are capable of producing goods and services. Are we there? You also recall that we have been able, at our secondary school level, we have been able to define what industry is and what a firm is. An industry is conglomeration or bringing together of two or more firms or establishments that were producing related goods. And on this basis, before a nation can be said to be industrialized, the nation must have been moved from the traditional society state that you find under Rostow to at least the level of takeoff that leads to the drive of mass production. Then, on this basis, what role and what are the importance that we can be able to see from industrialization? One, an industrialized country or a country could be said to be industrialized when such a country has been able to improve in its gross national product. You recall that one way by which we can measure development, like we discussed in one of our previous classes, last lecture, was the use of this GMP. So for a country to have been categorized to have been an industrialized one, such country must have been able to see a consistent improvement in its gross national product. Another role is that such country will have been able to achieve what we call employment opportunities. You know, as of today, as of last month, based on the National Bureau of Statistics, our inflationary rate is still 21.73%, while majority of our youths are unemployed. You also recall that we defined unemployment in one of our previous lectures. Another role, another importance of industrialization is that it brings about improvement in international trade. You recall that one role that we said international trade could play in any country is that it allows for what we call improvement in standard of living. A country will be able to rely on what they feel they can produce better when you compare to other countries. And as a result, we said that it brings about healthy rivalry. I want to produce this, I want to produce this. It also brings about what we call technological development. And these are some of the roles that we can get from when a country becomes industrialized. Exchange rates will also improve because you will have been able to produce goods that you can take to other countries and buy from those ones. Now, what are the problems? What are the challenges? What are the hindrances that a country could face as a result of industrialization? There are many that you can see that has been projected, but let's just talk about 2 or 3. One is that it brings about, one of the problems is that there could be shortage of raw materials. Once a country does not have inputs to be channeled to production of goods and services to meet up with the needs of the citizenry, such a country will be said to be not an industrialized nation. And that is one of the problems that have been in Nigeria today. As an oil-rich country, oil-producing economy, we are still not able to process our oil. What we still do is we take this oil, so we export it out, and we bring in imported oil. We don't have good refineries that we're able to produce, that we're able to further process this oil to our final use. Well, what we still do is that we export out crude oil and we bring in refined products like petrol, kerosene, diesel, and so on and so forth. Where there is insufficient capital, a country cannot be industrialized because what you use in industrialization is capital intensive. Also, where you have quality industrial labor or where you have quality people that are not skilled, but they themselves want to be working in such an industry. In such a case, the country will not be industrialized because they will rely on expatriates. They will rely on foreigners to be able to help them to operate those machines or capital-intensive things that they use in their production. Political instability is also hindrance that will not allow a country to be an industrialized nation. All this and bad government policy also could cause that, where the government does not allow people to utilize their local resources, or where government relies on importation of goods. You know, this leads to one of the problems that we identify as dumping that we did in one of those classes or one of the lectures that are before this. Now, what are the strategies? What are the ways by which we can employ to make a country that is not industrialized to be industrialized? There are three strategies of industrialization, or there are three things or methods that a nation will employ for that nation to be an industrialized nation. The first one is import substitution strategy. The second one is export promotion strategy. And the last one is the promotion of small scale and large scale development strategy, or what we can call, or we can basically refer to as development of the SMEs. What do I import substitution strategy? Import substitution means the process by which a country decides not to rely heavily on importation of goods and services in an attempt to meet up with the needs of the citizenry. Where a nation solely rely on importation of goods, such a nation will not be industrialized. Such a nation will be backward. They will still be relying on extractive method of production instead of relying on industrial commercialization of goods and services, or industrial production of goods and services. The second one is export promotion strategy. This is a process by which a country ensures that they operate what you call a favorable balance of trade. You recall that in one of our lectures, where we're looking at the issue of favorable and unfavorable balance of trade, when we did international trade. When a country tries to make a favorable balance of payment, in essence, that is, based on that identification, our exports must be greater than our imports. When you import more, and when you export more and import less, you are likely to be operating on what we call a foreign balance of payment. And when a country now employs that strategy of export promotion strategy, that is, you try to produce goods and tries to export those goods so that your goods being produced in that country will be able to compete favorably with other countries' goods at the international markets. Then we can now say that such a country has been able to move to the industrialized economy. The last one is the promotion of small and medium scale enterprise. By small and medium scale enterprise, we are looking at a situation where the government encourages small scale industries. They encourage them so that they themselves can be able to contribute to the country's GDP. They themselves would be able to produce goods and services. They themselves will be able to meet up with international standards with respect to production of goods and services. But when a country decides to relegate the local producers, when a country decides to look at the small and medium scale enterprise as not being relevant, as not being a stakeholders in the development of any nation, such a country is bound to have problems, and such country will find it difficult to industrialize. Now, what are the disadvantages briefly and the advantages of industrialization? One, it brings about employment opportunities. When you have a company or when you have an industry that is producing at the optimal level, division of labor comes in, and in such, they want to employ people. Employing people, they themselves, those people will have been able to earn income that will make them to improve on their living standards. If you look at industrialized nations like America, a company could have up to 1,000 as people that are working in such a company. So as a result, by being industrialized, a nation will improve on its unemployment problem. Two, it gives room for people to substitute for goods and services. It allows them to have access to goods and services, which allows them to make options than in a case where a country is not industrialized and people rely on maybe one or two goods. They don't have better options. But when a country is industrialized, they have companies that will be producing more of such goods. While when you have option, people's welfare or standards of living will be improved because they have access to areas of goods and services. It's not that they will only have option of 1 degree of freedom, where you have only Bonfita and Milo in the market. So people does not have preference, will be difficult to meet. Another one is that it leads to reduction in poverty. When a country is industrialized, you are, even if you are not employed, when you are employed, you will be able to look for a job or get a job that you have interest in. Not that it just come and do, when people does not have option in job employment, they have certificate, they don't have work, and what they are doing is not what they intend to do. But when a country is industrialized, people will really apply for where they are supposed or which the kind of job that they wish to, not the one that they found themselves in. Now, what are the likely disadvantages? Disadvantages of industrialization is that there could be a gradual disappearance of many natural resources, which natural resources in the sense that people just believe that they want to industrialize and they just tap into resources, which could lead to pollution of land, like the one we have in Ogoni land now, or like the one we have in some northern states, where people just come and be doing mining of gold. They just go there and be doing it. The government itself is not getting what is expected from government and from them, and it could lead to land pollution, air pollution, or water pollution. Industrialization will lead to congestion, where you have two or many companies in a particular area, where industrial estates will be congested in such a way that people in that area will find it difficult to even get accommodation in that area. In such a place, they will always build up, and crime are likely to follow as one of the problems that we could find from industrialization. Exploitation of the poor people by the rich will also be one of the advantages or one of the problems that we are associated with industrialization. I want to thank you for this lecture. I want to thank you for the time. And I pray that at the end of the day, our behavioral objective that we set up will have been achieved to some level. For now, let's give room for questions and answer time before assignment will be dished out. Yes, you can unmute now and let's hear you. Thank you very much. Yes, you can signify by raising up your hand so that we can be able to identify who to talk, so that there won't be, so that we have one house. Please signify. Okay. There are more than officers and any other person.
Good day, everyone.
Yeah, good day, my dear sister. Yes, you have the floor now.
Good day, sir. Good day, everyone.
Yeah, good day.
Sir.
Yes, I'm listening.
Can I go ahead, sir?
Yeah, you can go ahead. You have the floor.
From my hand. Yes, sir.
Yes, you have the floor. You can go ahead. You can go ahead, ma'am. Hello? 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 Daramola?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Daramola, you have the floor, but I can't hear you from this end again. Okay.
I'll mute your mic.
Somebody is talking again. Who is that? I can't see your hand there and I can't identify you. Who is that person? Can we? Hello?
I'm telling Daramola to unmute her mic that we can hear her.
Okay, my deputy governor, you are welcome on board though. Yes, Daramola.
I'm telling Daramola to unmute her mic that we can hear her.
Okay.
Yes, it's the network from my head.
Okay, no problem. That is a
Yes,
general
yes, I'm
thing.
on now. It was a network from my hand.
Okay. Yes, quickly.
Yes, sir. So I just want to ask the notes. I mean, this lecture notes, sir. Yes, yes. I just want to ask this lecture note. When are you going to make it available? And it's like you see, you have an outstanding note to send to us. I want to believe so, sir. But this particular one, I
Which
am sure. When
on
are you
which
going to
topic?
send it, sir?
On which topic? That
Because
outstanding on which topic?
the screen is not that clear from my own end here, so I could hardly pick the points from the notes. So it's
Okay.
better we have it so that we can
Okay.
go through it better.
That one is a contribution. It's not a question. Then you said one outstanding. Outstanding. Which topic?
Hello. Yes, sir.
Which topic? You said one outstanding class note. Which one?
Network. You are here there.
I'm going Yoruba network if you but which one outstanding? But this one, don't worry, you get it. You get it. Yes. Okay, thank you for that. Any other person? Because we have a very limited, we have a time so that we'll be able to do what we can do within that time. That is why I don't think the lecture, it was within 30 minutes. So that at least we still have 15 minutes for contribution, correction, questions. Any other person? And that outstanding, let me know the topic, yo. My governor, you are online. You are not saying something, or are you on Jua something? Still doing office work, and you are just come up just to show your face. Dr. Mrs.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my governor.
I've been online for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yes,
Daramola said something. Which lecture note is outstanding?
To promote social.
So I will have to go through the previous ones here. The topics you have treated. I can't really remember the topic, but I just remember it just came to my mind that it's like we have an outstanding lecture notes. But for this particular lecture for today, sir, we need it to send it to us, taught us today better.
Don't worry, we'll do that. Let's first of all
Thank you, sir.
take note of the attendance. At least 1, 2, Daramola, Adebosin, Dr. Olajide, Olajumoke. Yes.
The Adebosin is for me. Molake Pelumi. I'm
Adebosin
using another device.
Osobu. Okay.
That one
okay.
is me.
Okay. So that you have, because we want to. That attendance is also very, very important.
Molake Pelumi. Sorry.
I know. Even from your voice, I know the person that is talking. And from the background too, I can hear some ohun ọmọdé kan tó ti fẹ́ dàgbà. Ọlọ́run á tètè jẹ́ kó ní ìwọ lẹ́yìn. No, there's no amen to my prayer.
Amen, sir.
Not
God bless you, Jerry, my governor. I will send this one probably immediately. I'm very sure you see it. You see this one. Now, if you go back to the previous one, I know we have something on development, growth. Do you have that lecture notes?
Yes, growth and development. Yes, growth and development. We have the lecture notes.
Unemployment.
Unemployment, yes, we have that.
Which other one? Inflation.
We have on international trade too.
International trade, yeah, international trade.
Okay.
Eh, what do I
We
do?
have on international trade, but that inflation, I'm not sure of, sir.
Eh,
Inflation,
let-
I'm not sure of. You were trying to check in the last class, sir.
okay, don't worry. When I got back to my office now, I'm at ICT now. So
Okay, sir.
any contribution so that I don't delay you. I know you have one or two things to still be able to do before the end of the close of work today. Our doctor is not talking. Why? Dr. Monayajo, you are not talking. You did not even say anything. Comfort Ogunlaja.
Doctor is smiling, sir. I can see her. Doctor is smiling.
I have nothing to say.
I hope doctor is not on the road though.
No, I'm not. I have nothing to say, sir.
I hope you are not
I have
on the
nothing
road,
to say, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
because mo ń gbóhùn pípípí mọ́tò. I want to thank everybody for this lecture. Tomorrow again, I don't know, but I know you should be able to have a class tomorrow. Thank you very much. We pray that if possible, we can still be going on like this. And the essence, like the Pro said, was maybe we can improve on attendance through here. But what I'm saying today is like as if we did that physical. Just 5 or 6 of us are online. Thank you very much, and God bless all of us.
Thank you very much,
Bye-bye,
sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Yeah, it's
sir.
my pleasure. Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Have a nice day, sir.
And you too.